It's a lovely day. Ooh, look at the weather. Ooh, it's making me feel so happy. Hello, here we go again. Oh my goodness. Yes, we have made it through another week. Welcome to episode 36 of English Addict Live from, guess where? Can you guess where I'm live from? That's right, England. Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? Well, are you happy? I really hope you are happy. I'm feeling happy. First of all, can I start off today's broadcast by saying a big special hello to someone that asked me to say hello on Wednesday. But I didn't see it on the live chat. I'm very sorry. I'm so sorry. So hello to Martha in Poland and also your mother as well. Can I say a big special hello? Hello to Martha in Poland and also your mother. So I hope that has solved that problem. I'm sorry. Sometimes on the live chat I do miss some of the messages. I don't see them because there are so many people leaving messages. So sometimes I can't actually see everyone's message during the live chat. So if I do miss you on the live chat, please don't take it personally. There is nothing personal. It is just the fact that sometimes I don't notice. So hello to everyone. Oh, so many people here today. And yes, the weather isn't too bad outside. It's looking rather nice, a little misty, but now and again the sun does come out and it is trying its best to break through all of the cloud. But yes, the weather isn't too bad. It's a little murky. However, this weekend the weather is going to get really bad. We are going to have some terrible weather this weekend. Apparently on Sunday it's going to be awful. And I will be broadcasting live on Sunday. Of course, you can catch me every Sunday, Wednesday and Friday from 2 p.m. UK time. So that is when I am on. I will be with you on Sunday, and it looks as if the weather is going to be quite bad on Sunday. However, here we are today. Yes, it is the end of another week. We have made it through another week without blowing up the planet. Isn't that nice? It's Friday. I'm going to be honest, I actually couldn't remember what day of the week it was today. I've had a very busy week. Really busy. So many things going on. Here, I'm very busy, and also in my personal life. There are many things going on as well. I did something very unusual this week. I will show you the very unusual thing that I did this week a little bit later on. However, this morning I went out into the garden and I couldn't resist taking some shots of, oh, look, you can really tell that spring is on the way. Some beautiful snowdrops have already come out in the back garden. So it really does feel as if spring is on the way. I must be honest with you. I don't know why. I've really hated this winter. So the winter that we are coming towards the end of here in the UK, I've really hated it. It's been very wet, very miserable, not much snow. However, I suppose we could still have some snow. There is still time to have some snow, I suppose. So there they are in the garden, some lovely snowdrops. They've all decided to come out of the ground to say, "Hello, don't worry, Mr. Duncan. We are here to cheer you up because spring is on its way." So I'm pretty pleased about that, to be honest. Some beautiful snowdrops. Do you have anything growing in your garden at the moment? Is anything coming up in your garden? Depending on what time of the year it is, of course. In some countries, the season is very different from the UK season because here it's still winter. However, in some countries, it is hot all the time. So anything interesting, anything nice growing in your garden at the moment? So I did something very unusual this week. I did mention this on Wednesday, but I never gave you the answer. So here it is. This is the thing that I did this week. I'm going to play this, and what I want you to do is to listen very carefully to some of the voices that you can hear. So listen carefully. You will hear some very interesting voices talking during this video clip. So this is what I did during the week, something I haven't done for a very long time.
This train has 4 carriages, calling at Cambridge, Stafford, Crewe, Winsford, Hertford, Acton Bridge, Runcorn, Liverpool South Parkway and Liverpool Lime Street.
Yes, I decided to go for a train journey this week. I haven't been on a train for ages, for a very long time. So this is what I did on Monday. I went to see my mother in Stafford, which is the place where I was raised. I was born in Stafford, I was raised in Stafford. And now you can see the train is approaching, and that is the train that I will be taking for my journey all the way to Stafford. So here we are, just pulling away from the railway station.
Any belongings unattended. They may be removed without notice. Please familiarise yourself with the safety notices displayed throughout the train.
Did you hear that? The lady was saying, please keep your belongings nearby. So now I am pulling out of Wolverhampton train station. I'm taking a journey to Stafford.
Good morning, ladies and gents. Senior Conductor speaking. Unfortunately, I've just been advised by our control room that there has been an incident at Winsford Station. Unfortunately, this means that we are now going to terminate this service at Crewe. Train will go no further than Crewe Station. For any passengers that are going onward to Liverpool, road transport is being arranged and will be awaiting by the time we get to Crewe. Any passengers that are changing to Crewe for, say, services to Manchester, those services are still okay. I'm just going to have a walk through the train now. If anyone does have any problems or questions, then please feel free to stop me and I'll try and sort you out as best I can.
So basically what was happening there was a problem at one of the stations, and unfortunately the train could not go all the way to its destination. Here we go, this is my hometown, this is the place where I was raised as a child. This is Stafford, and you can see now the town centre in Stafford. So this is the place in which I lived for most of my childhood, right up until the age of 24. And if you look there, there is a very interesting building, one of the oldest buildings in Stafford. It is the Swan Hotel. And that particular building means a lot to me because that is where I spent a lot of my childhood, because my father worked at that hotel. He started off as a chef, and over time he was promoted, and eventually he became the assistant manager of that hotel. And we used to spend a lot of time living at that hotel, staying at that hotel, especially at Christmas time. So we would often spend Christmas at the hotel, even though the whole hotel was closed and it was empty. We would spend many of our Christmases at the hotel. So there it is, a little bit of information about my background, the place I used to live, and also the place I used to spend a lot of my childhood at, because my father was the assistant manager of that actual hotel. So I hope you enjoyed that. Something different for a Friday. I know I like to do things differently sometimes. Today we are talking about a lot of things. We are actually going to talk about prepositions today. Prepositions, a little part of English grammar. So I hope that will be interesting to you. If it isn't, I'm very sorry about it. You could always go outside for a walk, or maybe go round to your next door neighbour to have a chat. So prepositions, a subject coming up today. Also something I mentioned on Wednesday. We were talking about the BBC licence fee. So the licence fee is the thing that we have to pay in this country. We have no choice. So we have to all pay the BBC licence fee. So this isn't a subscription like Netflix. So you get the television stations anyway. You get them anyway. However, you are forced by law to pay your licence fee. Luis Mendez also mentioned that they have a licence fee to watch television in France as well. So I didn't know that. I wasn't aware of that. Talking of live chat, I suppose I should say hello to the live chat. Really, shouldn't I? Hello to everyone. Who was first on today's live chat? Oh, hello, Mavi. Hello, Mavi. Nice to see you here today. Mavi Doresan. You were first on today's live chat. Congratulations, congratulations, you were first on today's live chat. Yes, you were. Congratulations to you. Thank you, Mavi. Sweetness is here. Hello, happy Friday. I hope you are having a happy Friday. A lot of things happening in the world. I'm sure you know what they are. We have the coronavirus that is still causing havoc, not only in China, but also other parts of the world as well, including Japan. Did you see the big cruise ship that has been forced to stay in the middle of the sea? So it can't go anywhere because there has been an outbreak of coronavirus on the cruise ship. So everyone now has to stay there for 2 weeks. So they are sort of like prisoners on this giant cruise ship. Not very nice. Hello, Eric. Hello, Noemi. Also, Mika. Mika is not working tomorrow, so I can join you tonight. Well, you are very lucky. Some people have to work on Saturday. So, well, I don't, of course. I don't work on Saturday. However, I do work on Sunday. I do. Every Sunday you can catch me live on YouTube. So yes, Mika, hello to you. I hope things are all right there. I believe you have had snow. A lot of snow in Japan. I'm slightly jealous of that. I must be honest. I am a little bit jealous that you've had snow because we've had no snow at all this winter. It's been very strange indeed. Belarusia, hello to you as well. One of our moderators on the live chat. So behave yourself or else Belarusia will be after you. Zahur, also Dung Vlog, says, hello, Mr. Duncan. Hello to you as well. Dung Vlog. I have a feeling you might be in Vietnam. I have so many people watching in Vietnam. Can you believe it? So we were talking about the BBC licence fee. Now, I am aware that there are TV stations around the world that also show BBC programmes. So there are two types of BBC when it comes to the organisation itself. So you have the BBC in the UK, but also you have the worldwide BBC as well. And that's the reason why quite often you will see BBC News where you are. So maybe on cable or satellite you might find BBC News as well. However, you don't have to pay the licence fee for that. However, here in the UK, we do. And if you don't pay it, they will give you a big fine. And if you don't pay the fine, they might actually send you to prison. Can you believe that? So you could actually end up going to prison for not paying your BBC licence. It's incredible. However, they are thinking about relaxing the rules. So now they are thinking of relaxing the law. So maybe you might get a small fine, but hopefully you won't go to prison for not paying your BBC licence fee. Another thing I want to mention briefly, dress code. Have you ever seen this phrase before? Maybe in certain situations you might have to wear certain types of clothing. So maybe if you are going to a party, you might find that there is a dress code. So when we say dress code, it means this is the type of clothing that you should wear. So this is the suggestion as to the type of clothing you should wear. For example, when we talk about dress code, we often use the word formal. So when we say formal dress code, it means you have to wear something that is smart, something that looks very presentable. So not old clothes, no sneakers, no jeans, no t-shirts. You have to wear a suit and tie if you are a man, and maybe a very nice dress or something appropriate if you are going to a party. Or maybe you are going for a job interview. So when we talk about going for a job interview, you might have to wear formal clothes. In fact, you will. When you go for a job interview, presentation is everything. It is very important. If you are going for a job interview, you must wear formal clothing. So that is the dress code if you are going for a job interview, or maybe you are doing something that means that you are going to be looked at closely or judged. So we have formal, and the other one is casual. So if you have to dress casual or casually, then that means that you don't have to wear smart clothes. You can wear your everyday clothing. Casual. So casual clothing means the clothing that you wear when you are relaxing, when you are going out with friends generally. Formal means you must dress smartly. So dress code. Perhaps you have a job where there is a strict dress code. So maybe if you work in an office, maybe you have to wear a suit and tie. Or maybe if you are a lady, you have to wear some sort of suit that looks very smart and, dare I say, appropriate for that situation. So, yes, I suppose we could say dress code. Do you have a dress code where you work? Many schools here in the UK have abandoned school uniforms. Now, I know in many countries there is a very strict policy when it comes to dressing for school. So maybe you might go to a school and you have to wear a certain type of uniform. However, here in the UK, some schools do not have a school uniform. They've stopped having one. So what about you? For your job, do you have a dress code? Do you have to wear a certain type of clothing for your job? Do you have to look smart? Hello to Nguyen Thong. Hello to you as well. Camera Luong says, from Vietnam with love. That's nice. And to you from the UK with love. Zahur is here. Also Palmyra. Hello to you. Ramzanura is here as well. Sweetness. Hello, Sweetness. Nice to see you here today. Also Nestor. We have Tu Yen. I have a feeling that there might be a lot of people watching in Vietnam at the moment. If so, welcome. You are very welcome to my super duper live stream 3 times a week. Sunday, Wednesday and Friday from 2 p.m. UK time. And I suppose I should also mention my website. Yes, I have a website. So here it is. I will put it on the screen. So this is my new website. Ooh, Mr. Duncan, very nice. EnglishAddict.uk is my new website. If you go to my website, you will see lots of super duper things, lots of things to make you hopefully happy. So my new website is now up and running. You can find the link underneath this video as well. So the link to my new website is actually underneath this video. And there are lots of things on there, all of my videos, all of the links to my videos. And there are also some other things for you to look at. We have our word of the week, also mystery idioms, and I will also be including some other material that I use in my lessons as well. So lots of new things will be added to my website over the next couple of weeks. So if you haven't already checked my website, then you can check it later on. You can also watch the live stream through my website as well. Hello to Khan Malika. Hello to you. Nice to see you here today. Hailey Kwang says, when I went to school, I used to wear a white shirt and black trousers. It is our uniform. I do notice that in certain countries, in Malaysia, when I was in Malaysia, I noticed that many of the schools in Malaysia, they have a school uniform. But quite often I notice the boys wear shorts and the girls wear skirts, normally with a white shirt. So I did notice that. However, when I was at school, we had a school uniform. We did. So when I was actually at school, during high school, we did have an actual school uniform that we had to wear. We had no choice. So I always wore some black trousers, a white shirt, and also my school tie as well. And I must admit, I looked rather smart, even though I say so myself. Cecilia, Luis Mendez. Hello, Luis. Nice to see you here today. Thank you for your message. We are talking about prepositions. I had a lovely memory sent to me this morning. A lovely memory. Something I remember from my past concerning this studio. So on this day, this actual day in 2013, I started to prepare this studio. In fact, when I first moved here to this house, it wasn't a studio. Would you like to see a photograph? So there I am in my studio. So I'm standing in the same place that I'm in now. However, that was 7 years ago today. So not only is that picture taken 7 years ago, but it was actually on this very day. I was starting work on my new studio, and as you can see, it looked a little untidy. So originally my studio was actually a bedroom. It was used as a bedroom, and that behind me is the beginning of my renovation. After moving to this house in 2013, I had to prepare this room for my studio. So this was going to be my studio. And I look rather happy, don't you think? So the place that I'm standing in now looked like that 7 years ago. I started to prepare, I started to renovate and get my studio ready so I could use it for making my video lessons and also doing my live streams as well. 2013 that was, 7 years ago. Hello Helena, I used to live in Lyon and then I married and now I live in Germany. I didn't know that, Helena. I always like to find out these little pieces of information, I really do. Hello Jose watching from Venezuela. Hello to you as well. Also, we have Irene. Thanks for coming along today, Irene. I know that a lot of you have a very busy weekend ahead, including me. Hopefully tomorrow I am going to see my mother because she has been moved to another place. So she's not in hospital anymore. However, she is undergoing observation in another place. And unfortunately, it's very far from where I live. So tomorrow I'm hoping to set off with Mr. Steve to see my mother in her new location. Hopefully she won't be there for very long and then she will be able to go back home. I hope so. So that is the latest news concerning my mother. I know many of you out there are concerned about my mum. So we are talking about prepositions today, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to show you an excerpt from one of my English lessons. Over the years, I've made lots of lessons, and here is one of them right now. This is one of my English lessons where I talk all about today's subject, which is prepositions. Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? I hope so. In today's lesson, I'm going to talk about a group of words which for many students can cause quite a lot of confusion. Yet they need not, as they exist in almost all forms of written and spoken language. In fact, I'm using them right now as I speak to you. In today's lesson, we are going to take a look at prepositions. A preposition is a word that helps us to construct and define meaning in a sentence. Prepositions are like the glue of a sentence. They formulate the relationship between certain words. They articulate. They help us define what we want to say. They help us to join words with meaning together. They are purely functional words, sometimes having no apparent definition. Yet without them we would find it very hard to make ourselves understood. Prepositions usually come before nouns. However, they don't always follow or come after nouns. In English grammar, a determiner, such as the, can be placed between a preposition and a noun. Let us not forget that adjectives may also come between a preposition and a noun. On white horses, up dark alleys, over green hills. No matter how it is used in a sentence, a preposition never changes its form. Prepositions are mostly used singularly, on their own, in a sentence. They normally consist of 6 letters or less. There is also the 2-word form of a prepositional clause, and a 3-worded group as well. Prepositions are usually placed among other words within a sentence. However, sometimes they come at the very end of one, which some people object to. The overall description of a preposition defines the way in which a sentence is constructed. The general term for this is adposition. This type of word defines other formations, such as a postposition, which formulates the sentence after the noun. Postpositions exist in other languages, such as Japanese and Turkish. There is also the circumposition, where 2 defining parts appear on both sides of the dependent noun. Generally speaking, prepositions are the ones most commonly used, especially in English. Having said that, there are postpositions in English, such as ago, apart, aside, away, hence, on, and through. 10 years ago, this apart, such matters aside, 10 light years away, 5 years hence, 2 weeks on, the whole night through. Deep, 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 deep. Deep, 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 deep. Another variation of preposition use is stranding. This is when a preposition occurs where it normally would not, yet still expresses a meaning. A good example is the sentence, "Who did you give it to?" This works because it is an interrogative sentence. The word who appears at the beginning of the sentence, so to can end the sentence as it clearly refers to who. This form of sentence is most commonly found in English. The use of prepositions at the end of a sentence has for many years been the subject of argument. Should a sentence be allowed to end with one? Despite the fact that there is no rule preventing a preposition ending a sentence, there are those who are against it being done. The earliest recorded objection to the use of prepositions at the end of sentences came in the 17th century by the poet John Dryden, who mistakenly likened the English language to Latin, which does not allow prepositions to end any sentence. Fortunately for us, this rule was never followed. So, if you want to ask, "Where do you come from?" or "Where are you going to?" you still can. Over the years, words used in English have changed and altered, and prepositions are no exception. A few of them have become obsolete during the last century. A couple of good examples being unto and twixt. The preposition clause allows sentences to be formed. They allow nouns to be used in an expressive way. They colour in the parts of a phrase which would otherwise sound disjointed and confusing. They define the placement of an object with something else, its position, its appearance, its movement, and its intention. It would be fair to describe prepositions as the building blocks of sentences. Without them, we would not be able to express clearly what we want to say. They hold the context of the sentence in place. They help to place actions with nouns and nouns with other nouns. The most commonly used prepositions are of, to, in, for, with, and on.
I hope you have enjoyed today's lesson and that you have found it helpful. I will see you again very soon for another English class. Until then, this is Mr. Duncan in England saying thank you for watching me teaching you. And of course, ta-ta for now.
Jazzed hands. I've got jazz hands. I hope you've got jazz hands as well. I hope you have a big smile on your face because it is Friday and it's English Addict live across the internet. It's true. I hope you've had a good week and I really do hope you will have a super weekend. We are talking about prepositions today and I thought it would be interesting to take a look at this particular part of the English language. So a preposition is a word governing and usually preceding a noun or pronoun and expressing a relation to another word or element in the clause, as in the man on the platform. She arrived after dinner. He hid under the table. So prepositions are used a lot in English. Where something is situated and how it relates to the other things around it. So when we think of prepositions, quite often we will think of where something is situated and how it relates to the other things around it. So position, location, or maybe one thing is following another, or maybe one thing is in front of another. It precedes, or it trails behind. So there are many ways of using prepositions in English. The basic words used to show prepositions include, and these aren't all of the prepositions, there are many others, however these are the most common ones, such as in, on, under, over, before, after, at, up, down, by, near, above, beneath, opposite, into. So there are many prepositions in the English language and those are the most common ones. So you will often hear these or see these used when listening to someone or reading text. So there are many ways of using prepositions in the English language. I have been asked to actually talk about prepositions and I always think it's nice to have a little game. Here is something I did during my prepositions lesson. Who remembers my little prepositions quiz? Well, for those who have never seen it before, here it is now.
Yes, it's the quiz show everybody loves to join in with. Spot the preposition. And here's your host, the guy who never takes no for an answer, George Spangles. Hi, how doody tip-ta-booty to you. Oh, it's great to be here again. Shall I do my catchphrase? Shall I do my catchphrase? It's nice not being dead. Not being dead, it's... Okay, it's great to be here with another edition of Spot the Preposition, where you, the viewer, has to spot the hidden prepositions within sentences. If you guess right, you will win this amazing star prize, which this week is this beautiful stainless steel dining set consisting of a fork and spoon. So, are you ready to play? It's time for our first Spot the Preposition. Here is today's first sentence. Can you spot the preposition? The cat sat behind the sofa. The cat sat behind the sofa. Can you spot it? Quickly, quickly, quickly. Can you spot the preposition? It's hidden in there somewhere. Quickly, chop, chop. Ding! Time's up. The correct answer is behind. So, did you get it right? No? Ah, that's too bad. Maybe you'll have more luck with the next one. They all stood at the bus stop. They all stood at the bus stop. Can you spot the preposition? It's hidden in there somewhere. Ding! Time's up. The correct answer is at. Did you get it right? Were you correct? If so, well done. And now, here comes our next Spot the Preposition. I can tell you feel angry from the look on your face. I can tell you feel angry from the look on your face. Quickly, quickly, the clock is ticking. Tick tock, 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 tick tock. I can tell you feel angry from the look on your face. Here comes the answer. The correct answers are from, on. Did you get it right? I hope you did. Here comes our next Spot the Preposition. I learn English throughout the day. I learn English throughout the day. Here's the answer. The correct answer is throughout. So, how well did you do? Did you get it right? Spot the preposition. Prepositions, prepositions. Yes, you got to have prepositions to make the sentence flow, to make it really go, to give it some jazz, to give it some pizzazz. You got to have prepositions. Yeah. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that. Something a little different for a Friday, live from the UK. I think now maybe you are in the mood to have your brain picked. Would you like to play live Spot the Preposition? Oh, Mr. Duncan, this is so unusual. We weren't expecting this.
Yes, we are going to do it right now. We are going to play Spot the Preposition. Yes, it is another edition of Grammar Llama Ding Dong. It's time to play Grammar Llama Ding Dong. We haven't done this for a while, so I thought today we would do it. And we are talking all about prepositions today. Prepositions, prepositions. You've got to have prepositions to give it lots of jazz, to give it lots of pizzazz. I like that word, by the way, pizzazz. Pizzazz means sparkle, or to make something attractive, bright and cheerful. A little bit of pizzazz. Maybe you've never heard that word before. Hello also to Carlos, Netra, Irene. Nice to see you here today. Thank you very much for joining me live. We are now going to have a look at some prepositions right here, live in the studio. Would you like to do it? Yes, of course you would. I'm pretty sure you would like to do it now. So here we go. We are now going to look at some preposition sentences, but you will notice that some of the words, or maybe one of the words, is missing. All you have to do is tell me what the preposition is. Are you ready to play? We are going to play right now. Here is the first sentence and also the first spot the preposition. Ooh. Okay, there it is. He sat down something, a chair, so as to rest his tired legs. He sat down something, a chair, so as to rest his tired legs. What do you think the answer is? So all you have to do is come up with the preposition to go in that place. And to make it more interesting, there are two possible answers. Two possible answers. There are two possible answers. Two possible answers. He sat down something, a chair, so as to rest his tired legs. But what is it? What is the answer? I will give you a few more seconds because I know there is a delay between this and also you seeing the actual moment of time. There is about a 30-second delay. So what do you think it is? Lots of answers coming through. He sat down something, a chair. Time's up. That is a big cock. Hello to Carlos, Sudin. Thank you. Hi. The answer is he sat down in a chair, or you could have said on a chair. So you can in fact sit in a chair, but also you can sit on a chair, in a chair, on a chair. He sat down on a chair so as to rest his tired legs. Did you get it right? Well, that one was easy, I think, because you had two choices there. You could have said he sat down in a chair, or he sat down on a chair. So I think, yes, I think that may have been a little easy. Okay, here's another one. Are you ready for the second one? Spot the preposition. She stood something, a ladder, to reach the light bulb. She stood something, a ladder, to reach the light bulb. I like this music. She stood something, a ladder, to reach the light bulb. What did she stand She stood. Preposition. A ladder. To reach the light bulb. Time's up. Thank you, Mr. Cockerel. Your comments are brilliant, by the way. She stood on a ladder to reach the light bulb. She stood on a ladder to reach the light bulb. Her position was on. She was on the ladder. She stood on a ladder to reach a light bulb. So there it was. I hope you got it right. If you didn't get it right, then maybe you'll get it right next time. Congratulations to those who got it right. Here's another one. Hello, Carlos. Hello, Jamelia. Hello, Jamelia. Nice to see you here today. We are playing Spot the Preposition. Here's another one. They were both sat, preposition, the table when he arrived. They were both sat, preposition, the table when he arrived. They were both sat, preposition, the table when he arrived. Hello, Carlos. Hello, Marawa. Hello also to Goza. Nice to see you as well. Also Noemi. Also Hailey Kwang. Nestor. Luis Mendez. Also Helena. Also Martha. Hello, Martha Poland. By the way, apologies, Martha. Can I say hello to Martha in Poland and also your mother as well? Because I didn't see your message on Wednesday. I'm ever so sorry about that. So there it is now. I hope you will forgive me. Hello to Martha in Poland and also your mother as well. I don't know what your mum's name is. Yeah. They were both sat, preposition, the table when he arrived. They were both sat. What is it? It is a missing preposition. They were both sat at. They were both sat at the table when he arrived. They were both sat at the table. You sit at a table. They were both sat at the table. You sit at something, so they are positioned near to the table and they are sat down. They are sitting, so they are sat down at the table. They both sat at the table when he arrived. We are talking about prepositions. Another one for you. Would you like another one? Okay. The water seems to be leaking from preposition, the carpet. So think of a carpet, flat. Normally a carpet is flat on the floor. The water seems to be leaking from preposition, the carpet. Ooh. What could it be? I wonder what it could be. By the way, it's 3 o'clock here in the UK. It is 3 o'clock exactly here in the UK. The water seems to be leaking from preposition, the carpet. Do 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 do. So when you put a carpet on the floor, what is... Congratulations, Martha, Helena, also Luis Mendez. Yes, okay. Eleanor. Hello also to... Hello, Pastor. Hello, Pastor Elisu. Nice to see you here today. Thanks for joining me. Come on, cock. The water seems to be leaking from... under the carpet. Not on the carpet or above, but under. The water appears to be leaking or seems to be leaking from under the carpet. So not over the carpet, but under the carpet. Underneath. You can also say underneath as well. So under or underneath, it just means not on top, not next to, but under, underneath. A very interesting preposition, I think so. Would you like another preposition? Okay, here comes another preposition now. All you have to do is spot the preposition. Okay, interesting. Oh, there are two answers here. I need 2 answers. Two answers. They both stood, preposition, the platform, looking, preposition, the train. They both stood, preposition, the platform, looking, preposition, the train. Well, what could it be? Hello to Mr. Milk. Hello, Mr. Milk, who says, "This is the best web teacher." Thank you very much for that. Well, I have had lots of practice. I've been practicing for nearly 14 years, and I think I've almost got it right. Almost. I'm still trying my best. Sudhir, Nestor, also, thank you very much, Tao Dang. Jagadish. Hello, Jagadish. Nice to see you as well. Lots of answers here. Hello, Mr. Duncan. Long time no see. I really appreciate your continuous stunning efforts. Thank you, Ali Amer. You deserve a Nobel Prize. A Nobel Prize for me. That would be fantastic. That would be fantastic. Maybe I could get one next year. Maybe me and also Greta. We can get one together.
How dare you?
Okay, maybe not. They both stood, preposition, the platform, looking, preposition, the train. What is it? That's it. Thank you, Mr. Cockerell. They both stood on the platform, looking at the train. So they are standing on, looking at, standing on, looking at. They both stood on the platform, looking at the train. So you are standing on something, looking at. You are in a certain position. In this case, we are standing on the platform. And what are we doing? We are looking at the train. So there, another preposition. In fact, we had 2 there. Oh, I'm getting very naughty here with these preposition quizzes. Here's another one. Oh, this is an easy one. I'm giving you an easy one now. Very easy. I hope you will answer this quickly because we are running out of time. Wow, I can't believe how fast today's lesson has gone. Hello, Marcos. Hello, Ali. Hello, Netra again. Theo. Abderzak. I hope I pronounced your name right. Hello to you as well. Thank you for your guesses. I will be more preposition in the future. I will be more preposition in future. More what? I will be more careful. Preposition, future. Oh, a lot of people getting it right. Well done to everyone. Yes, you know your prepositions. However, for those who don't understand prepositions, I hope this will be helpful as well. I hope so. I will be more careful. Oh, a bit slow there. What were you doing? Whatever it was, stop doing it. I will be more careful in future. I will be more careful in future. I will be more careful in future. So the time, the position, you are going to be more careful in future. In future. We can also say in the future. However, we don't really need to. There's no need to really state the future because it's already expressed. I will be more careful in future. Don't run down the corridor. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I will be more careful in future. Prepositions we are talking about today. Another one. Would you like another one? Thank you very much to Laura, Danny, also Theo, Ali. Also we have Collod. Collod, nice to see you here today. Lots of new names on the live chat. Very nice to see you here. And you are more than welcome to join us. You are really more than welcome to join us. Here's another one. Another missing preposition. In fact, there are 2 prepositions. All you have to do is tell me what they are. He spent the whole day going preposition and preposition the stairs. He spent the whole day going preposition and preposition the stairs. What was he doing? What was he doing? He spent the whole day going preposition and preposition the stairs. Oh, I like this music. Do 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 do. A do 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 do. A do. Thank you for your answers. Yes, a lot of people getting the answers right. I hope this is helpful. For those who don't understand prepositions, they are a big part of the English language. We use them all the time, in fact. You might not even realise that you are using prepositions. However, they are used a lot in English. Come on. I don't know. I think it's the mating season. I think Mr. Cockerel is a little bit distracted by all those lady hens. I think so. Thank you, Face 2 or Face 28. Thank you also to Mirella. Thank you very much. Lots of people giving their answers. He spent the whole day going up and down the stairs. He spent the whole day going up and down the stairs. He went up and then he came down and then he went up again and then he came down again. A very busy day. Up and down the stairs. You are going up and down the stairs. Would you like to have another one? Oh, okay, here's another one. They sat preposition one another preposition the table. They sat preposition one another preposition the table. Thank you, Aberrezak says, you are the best, Mr. Duncan. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. I hope you are enjoying today's live stream. Don't forget I am back on Sunday and Mr. Steve will be here as well. Yes, Mr. Steve will be joining us on Sunday, not Saturday. Tomorrow I'm going to see my mother. She's still not very well. However, on Sunday I will be back 2 p.m. UK time. They sat something one another. Now, it might not be obvious. It might not be obvious. So there might be two possible answers to this one. They sat preposition one another, preposition the table. Thank you, Sadia. Thank you, Kwang, for your answer. Face 28. Also, oh, that's an interesting name. Fan Nguyen. Hello to you. I guess you are also watching in Vietnam. A big hello to you. I know I've had lots of new viewers this week watching my video lessons. Thank you very much for that. They sat. Now, there are more than one choice here. There is more than one choice, to be honest. You can say they sat opposite one another. So it would probably be fairer or more accurate to say they sat opposite one another. But of course, you can also say they sat near one another. So near is more vague. It isn't very specific. So when we say near, then something is in a similar place or nearby. However, this is more precise. So they sat opposite one another. So you know that their position is exactly as it is expressed. So if you sat opposite or if you sit opposite, you are directly in front and quite often face to face. So two things that are opposite, quite often we say they are face to face. So they sat opposite one another at the table. They sat opposite one another at the table. Yes, some of these are difficult, but that is the whole point of learning. Learning is something you do always. You always do it. So that's the reason why. Sometimes it can be difficult. Sometimes things can be hard. Yes, I agree. I think so. Here's another one. We have three more. Oh, I like this one. The shipwreck is sitting somewhere, preposition, the ocean. The shipwreck is sitting somewhere, preposition, the ocean. The shipwreck is sitting somewhere, something. Our mystery preposition, the ocean. Jamelia is going now. Bye, Jamelia. See you later. I have to go now. See you later, Mr. Duncan. That's okay. I will see you later as well. Mr. Duncan, I'm so glad that I could join you. You are welcome. No problem. Noemi. The shipwreck is sitting somewhere. I suppose you could have more than one actual answer to this, but there is one specific word, one actual word that I want. I wonder if I will see it. I haven't seen it yet. The shipwreck is sitting somewhere. Thank you, Mr. Cockrell. the shipwreck is sitting somewhere beneath the ocean. Beneath. So you could say beneath. You could also say under the ocean, but beneath the ocean. So at the very bottom, sitting at the bottom, somewhere beneath the ocean. So it might not sound like the correct use of beneath. However, if you are above the ocean, you are flying above the surface. If you are beneath the ocean, it means you are under or at the bottom. The shipwreck is sitting somewhere beneath the ocean, or at the bottom, I suppose you could say, or under the ocean. Under. Ooh, very nice. To go into the ocean, well, that means you are moving from one position to another. So if you go into the ocean, it means you are going from one place to another. So maybe you are standing on the beach and you go into the ocean. Or maybe you are sitting on a boat and you jump into the ocean or into the water, of course. You could also use the word water as well. I hope you enjoyed that. Just two more. So here is the penultimate missing preposition. They walked slowly, preposition, the room. They walked slowly, preposition, the room. Now again, there might be a couple of answers here, so I will accept either of them. They walked slowly, preposition, the room. Do. Mr. Duncan, you have a great British accent. Thank you very much. I am live right now from the birthplace of the English language, which happens to be England. It's true. They walked slowly, preposition, the room. Thank you. They walked something. They walked slowly, something, the room. They walked slowly into the room. Into. So you are showing not only their position but also their movement as well. They walked slowly into the room, or they walked slowly in the room. So in the room means that they are going from the outside to the inside, or they are just moving around the room. They walked slowly in the room. They walked slowly into the room. So in that case, we are saying that they entered the room. They are entering. They walked slowly into the room. Of course, I suppose you could leave the room as well. You could go from the room. They walked slowly from the room, or out the room. Thank you very much. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you also, Netra. Not always beneath, sometimes near the beach. I saw shipwrecks on our beach, not under the ocean. Well, of course, yes, you can get shipwrecks on the beach as well. It's true. It's true. So not only beneath the ocean, not only under or underneath the sea, but also on the beach as well. You are right. You are right. Thank you very much for your guesses today. We have one more. This is the last one. You can go preposition me if you want. I'll go preposition later. What could that be? You can go preposition me if you want. I'll go preposition later. Would you like to tell me the prepositions that we could use in this sentence? So there you can see there is a space, there is a gap, a missing preposition, and also here as well. Look, all you have to do is tell me the prepositions that go in this place. That's all you have to do. It's so easy. It's really easy. What an amazing way to spend your Friday. Maybe. Thank you, Helena. Thank you, Netra. I have been here for 1 hour and 22 minutes. Wow, a long time. They were all very tricky. They were very difficult. If something is tricky, if it is tricky, we can say that it is difficult, hard, not easy to work out, not easy to solve. Something is tricky, difficult. So here's the last one. You were a little faster this time, a little quicker. So you can go before. You could go before me if you want. You can go before me. I'll go in later. You can go before me if you want. I will go in later. You can go before me if you want. We can also say in front. You can go in front of me if you want. But in this particular case, we are using a single preposition. You can go before me if you want. I will go in later. And that's it. That is it for today's Grammar Llama Ding Dong concerning prepositions. I hope you've enjoyed it. I know some of you have written to me and said, Mr. Duncan, we really like your Grammar Llama Ding Dong. Can you do it more often? So I will do them from time to time, not always, because if I do it too often, you might become bored. And that's the last thing in the world that I want to do. So before I go today, I have a couple of other things to talk about. Here's an interesting thing. I was watching television last night. I was sitting in my chair and I turned on the television. And I was watching some commercials on television. And it's interesting nowadays. I've noticed that many TV commercials use serious issues or things that are concerning many people in their commercials. For example, we will often talk about raising issues. So maybe a person will talk about a certain topic or a certain thing that is causing people to become concerned or worried. So you might raise the issue. And I've noticed recently in TV commercials, television commercials, they are raising the subject of loneliness. Very interesting. So a certain manufacturer of tea, I won't say who, unless of course they want to sponsor me, but a well-known brand of tea is actually running a commercial campaign at the moment talking about loneliness. So what they are doing in the commercial, they talk about the fact that there are many people all over the country, here in the UK, who feel lonely, and they are encouraging people to actually get together and have a cup of tea, to share a cup of tea with their friends or maybe people who live nearby. And this is something that I've talked about in the past. Loneliness is something that affects many people, certainly these days, because in this country and quite possibly around the world, people are living longer. So because in relationships or maybe in families, you might find that certain members of your family or maybe your partner, they might die and you'll be left alone. So loneliness is something that is quite common nowadays. Many people live in solitude. They live lonely lives. They don't have any contact with other people for various reasons. As I mentioned just, maybe you have lost your partner. Maybe you have been with your partner for many years and sadly your partner has died and now you are alone. Or maybe members of your family have passed away. You might find yourself lonely. So I thought it was interesting that a commercial on television selling tea was also talking about a very serious subject. So I've noticed this recently with television commercials. They often talk about or bring up very serious topics as a way of making people connect with their product, which some people think is bad and some people think is a very good idea. Hello to Anna. A very useful lesson, Mr. Duncan. I have many doubts about prepositions. They can be very complicated. One of the things that I can suggest right now is not to worry so much about them. Prepositions are part of grammar. So in daily grammar or in daily conversation, you will find that you will use prepositions quite often, sometimes without even realizing it. Thank you, Eric. Is it bad to be lonely when you don't love yourself? It is very bad. Well, some people have lonely lives because they want to be lonely. Some people want to live alone. So if you are alone, it means you have no one around you. So you are not necessarily lonely. So the feeling of being lonely is actually the emotion, the response to being unhappy about being lonely. However, some people do enjoy being alone. They quite enjoy having solitary existences. Thank you, Irene. Thank you, Noemi. We are coming towards the end of today's live stream. We are coming up to 3:30. Don't forget, I have my new website up and running. Here it is again. I will quickly put it on the screen. So my brand new website, all of my video playlists, everything that I've made over the years, also some interesting things that I've put on my website as well. There it is. I launched it last Sunday. So we are now just a few days into the new realm of having my own website. And I must admit, I wish I had done this earlier. But now I have. Finally, I've caught up with everyone else. At last, Mr. Duncan has a website. Thank goodness for that. So there it is. You can also find the address. You can find the link to my new website under this video. It is underneath. If you go under the video, in the description, you will see the link, which will take you straight to my new website. Hello, Ali Amer. I am one of those who enjoy being lonely just to learn and educate and not to feel depressed. I suppose so. Some people deal very well with loneliness, whilst other people do not. I suppose it really depends on the situation and how you actually found yourself being lonely, or the situations that caused you to be lonely, I suppose. Thank you, Abderzak. I hope to see you again on Sunday. Don't forget, I am back on Sunday. Here you can see the time and also the days. Sunday, Wednesday and Friday. Don't forget, we also have Mr. Steve joining us on Sunday. Yes, Mr. Steve will be here on Sunday. I bet you can't wait. Oh dear, I'm sorry about that. So there he was, a brief glimpse of Mr. Steve. He will be joining us on Sunday from 2 p.m. UK time. Thanks for your company today. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a busy one We have a lot of things to talk about also on Sunday. Mr. Steve will be here on Sunday. And something else to mention, the weather on Sunday is going to be terrible. Apparently the weather is going to be really bad on Sunday. Don't forget also you can like and subscribe. If you like this, then you can give it a big thumbs up. If you like it, then please don't forget to like and subscribe as well. Feel free. You are more than welcome to do so. Thank you, Lewis. Thank you, Rosa. Thank you, Eric. Thank you very much, Sweetness. It was an amazing live stream. I admire you, my dear teacher. Thank you, Sweetness. See you on Sunday. Don't forget, 2 p.m. UK time. Thank you to Bent Marisa. Or, yes, Maria. Or Marsiria. Hello, I am Egyptian, but I'm now living in Saudi Arabia. Thank you, and thank you for joining me today. Thank you, Emanuela. Thank you very much as well. Anna, Nestor, Valentin, Martha in Poland, and also, don't forget, Martha, also your mother as well. Can you please show this to your mother so she knows that I didn't forget about her? And that's it. Thank you very much. Thank you to everyone who has joined me today. This is Mr. Duncan in the birthplace of English saying thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. It's been a busy one. My 90 minutes has come to an end. And of course, until Sunday, 2 p.m. UK time, you know what's coming next. Yes, you do. Ta-ta for now. That went well. Ta-ta for now. That went well. Ta-ta for now.